My name is Ayham Aldajane, and I lead global financial service partnerships at Shoplazza. It's an e-commerce business that helps merchants sell globally. It started in payments at American Express, where I was working across issuing and acquiring, working very closely with the merchants and understanding their needs. And then from there, it transitioned into a more platform like career, working with different fintech platforms that are SaaS driven, that are trying to transition into becoming a fintech. And that's where I kind of come in and help them kind of become a financial technology company. A couple of years back, AI, Toronto especially was a big hub for AI. And it put a lot of eyes on the Canadian talent pool and the market. And when I think of fintech, I think Canada has taken for granted where we are technologically from the services that we have. Where you think of other markets, it's such a larger curve for them to kind of get to where we are. They have the opportunity to start new with the newer technologies. And so it might look nicer, it might look fresher. However, there's still a gap for them to reach where we're at today. FinTech covers multiple things, right? There's payments, there's banking, and then there's kind of the office of the CFO, back office processes and accounting practices. On the payment side, you have your two big giants in Stripe and Adyen that have built a platform and infrastructure that supports other platforms. So they're going to market with scale. And then you have on the flip side, they're not Canadian companies, but from a Canadian standpoint, you have a company like Moneris that has focused so much on the payment processing that they haven't developed any ancillary software solutions or offered platform solutions, and you're seeing them kind of suffer a little bit for their lack of innovation. And then on the other side of things, when you're thinking about accounts payables and digital cards and issuing, you have companies like Float and Carry that are promising a more efficient expense management solution for your office. But the ones that I'm seeing growing slowly is this business bank account. I would refer to it as a super app for financial services, because now you can build on it an AR AP component, you can build on it an invoice component, you can build on it FX, payroll, money transfers, and money acceptance. And when the more you can consolidate, the more services you can consolidate under one platform, you have a better user experience, because then the data is not fragmented. You can drive better business insights. And a company that recently got funded here in Canada, in Toronto particularly, called Ven, formerly Vault. That's one I'm keeping an eye out on. There's Relay as well, based out of Canada, but more focused on the US market. And those are some of the companies that I'm seeing, slowly trying to make a dent in the market. But then you have the US competitors, such as Mercury, that are just so much far ahead because they just went out and acquired the customers. So it just comes down to those companies now trying to grab some of the market share and see how big they can get. The challenge with businesses in general, sometimes if you're not large enough, you don't get the attention you need from your bank, right? And the services might not be offered to you. However, with these fintechs, their infrastructure is really built on partnerships, and so they're gonna care about you as a one SMB, and they're gonna throw everything at you to upsell you and offer you. And one example that I've worked on in the past is embedded lending, right? Where SMBs and SMEs, to go get a loan from their bank, they need 12 month statements, they need so much documentation, where there are some new players in the market that are offering you revenue-based financing without any documentation, a very variable payment, flexible payment option. And these businesses are willing to take it, even if it's at a higher interest rate. But number one, they're not able to get capital, so they're willing to pay for the cost for it. And number two, it's easy and seamless to go through the process. So always, when I think of technology and financial technology, I always think about user experience. That's what drives really the adoption of any product you create, right? It has to make sense. It has to be seamless, intuitive, and frictionless for the user for it to be successful.